Greetings and welcome back to Switch2Linux. Yes, the kitty is dreaming of the next Linux distro. Move the mic a little bit closer. There we are. All right. All right. Well, hello, everybody. Let's see. We have our regular competition going. Who's going to have more people on? Is it going to be the evening crowd or the morning crowd? I think we peaked at 74 morning crowds. So let's see what happens. We're talking about Ubuntu, so we might have more folks jump on. I don't know. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to jump in, and what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to record it so I can just kind of release a more of a condensed version of this in addition to the larger one. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that, and then I'll come back to the comments afterwards. Daniel, I sent you a message on Patreon. I'm not sure if you got it because, yeah, I hear you. Too much validation. I'm sick of logging into there, but, you know. You can check the message over there. We're planning on doing a Patreon stream tomorrow, and I'll have some patrons on. So, all right, let's go ahead and... Oh, now the kitty stands up, right? Look at that. Right, kitty? You awake now? All right. He's like, yep. Oh, maybe I'll come on over. I don't know. Maybe I'll scratch an itch. Oh, back to the menu again. All right. All right. So I'll go ahead and start recording now. And what we're going to do here is we'll jump in and we'll start with installing it, and then we'll kind of walk through. Actually, let's do the walkthrough first. This is supposed to install really quick, so we'll see what happens. Now, of course, the beta version came out, I think it was on Friday, and I decided to get to it now. And so here's the release notes. You'll see that they have pretty much nothing. New features, nothing. What? There's actually a lot. I don't know. Maybe just whoever was working on the release notes was tired that day or something. But the basic summary is this is an update to the desktop, to the server. There's packages, and the various flavors all also have updates. Please, if you are a person who checks out the distros, do some bug reports. Go ahead and do your bug reports there. OMG Ubuntu actually has the best summary that I found because, you know, no release note type stuff. And so some of the major changes, a lot of your changes in this version are more cosmetic than much else. Let's see. So we do have a new Linux kernel, which is 4.18, and it also has some different compression, so it's supposed to install a lot faster. It was already pretty quick, so I'm curious to see how that is. They do have a new theme, and, you know, just new theme icons, and to my understanding, somebody told me today this closely matches the... like the UB ports for the Ubuntu Touch type theme. All right, we have a new overall desktop theme or GTK theme, which replaces Ambience. About time, I guess. That's been around for quite a while. Here's the new icons for your system applications. And of course, we have GNOME 3.30. This is probably going to be my biggest deal with it. Of course, we can support Thunderbolt panels. I think as of 3.28, somebody has said recently, but I think this is the first version of Ubuntu that does support that out of the box. And then there's a few other just items in here, so you can go ahead and have a look at that. So let's go ahead and boot up the VirtualBox and see what happens. And as this is kind of booting up, I'll go ahead and maybe read through a few comments here. All right, so Lamarck, hello there. Nice, most Linux distros, along with Mint. I swear Ubuntu and Mint hype is like Computer Geek's version of iOS. I don't know, maybe not. The thing is, though, is that we don't jump out necessarily and jump right to it right away, versus the Apple fanboys are just like, the new one's out. I got to get rid of my phone I'm already still paying payments on to get another one that I can keep paying payments on for the rest of my life. I still haven't upgraded all my computers to 19 because 18 still works and it's well supported. But yeah, I understand what you're talking about. It does get a lot of hypiness to it. Alright, I would hype for Linux distro all day. These iThings and Android phones have a little interest. Yep, and Noah is having issues on the Wi-Fi on his computer, which he thinks is a Broadcom, so we'll kind of talk a little bit more detail about how to fix that. All right, so here we are on the desktop view. We kind of came to this pretty quickly here, so we can try Ubuntu or install it. On some VirtualBox builds, there is a bug where this may or may not actually load into this. They have published a workaround, but let's see what happens. All right, so here we are, booted into this. Here is our install button. I'm curious to see how long it takes to install this guy. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click continue. Good enough. Continue. Okay, we have normal installation or we have minimal installation. I'll go ahead and go with the normal today. Download updates while we are installing it, and we're going to install third party. The new cursor icon there is really cool looking. I like that. Okay, we're going to erase the disk and install it. Rip my Linux Mint 19, I guess, because that's what I'm wiping out. And go with that. Click our region. Let's do Ubuntu. And let's do the super secret password that is definitely not Ubuntu. Okay, now it's copying files. So Gnome says I should install HTOP to see the real system resources being tested. I will do that when this is done installing here. All right. Okay, 2 streams. Yep, Kitty will get double treats. He'll get fat just like me. Right, Kitty? Gonna get fat? Gonna get fat and kitty treats? He's like, you know it. Alright, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master got the new Tor network on the Android, and Firefox is using Tor. Are you on the new beta, or the, what is it, the alpha Tor browser, or are you on Orbot? I put the Tor browser on there as a test. It's pretty cool. All right, Noah's on his new channel there. We are doing well, Thomas. How are you doing? You can get used to any DE or Windows Manager. I just adapt to my usage. Yep, very nice. Very excited about this release. Love the new look. All right, cool, very good. It's still going. See, it doesn't seem to be installing too much faster. Okay. Where's the cat? The cat is right here. Of course, you can't see him because there's no camera on you. I'm in need of a reliable printer. As far as just printers, I like the Brother printers, like the Brother black and white lasers. Those are really nice. Epson generally work fairly well as well. I'm not going to recommend the other one, that the brand that I don't do business with. Avoid Canon, and there's a few other ones out there, but that's kind of my thoughts. Okay, just research. It's more of a matter of individual printers. So go out, see which printers are available, take those information back, and then research which one might work best for you. The kitty is dreaming of the next desktop. That's right. Hello, Ben Fitzpatrick, and hello, Daniel. Gavin, hello. It's hard work being a kitty. Yes, it is. Kitty, can I read the rest of my comments, please? Thank you. Off to Tokyo tomorrow. Very cool. Very cool. We'll have fun. Oh, had homework until like 3:50. Oh, crazy. All right. So pizza might be on. Everyone join me in saying pizza. Let's see if I can get my pizza thing going without crashing the whole thing out. There we are. Pizza. All right, Kitty is dreaming of Linux, chasing down Windows, which is being played by a mouse. That's right. Okay, let's see. Usually the non-LTS version of Ubuntu seems to be better than the LTS. Is it just me? It depends on the year. 1604 was definitely better than 1610. I think 1810 was probably, or 1710 I think was probably better than 1704. It's kind of, it's either way. Eating pistachios. Oh man, that sounds good. Although I had a snack today. I took some of my homemade caramel sauce and dipped it in some peanuts. Ooh, that was really good. We can expect Linux to put 4.18 up soon. Well, I mean, this is running 4.18, so presumably it should be there. OMG Ubuntu is right. It's a sad version on the Linux kernel. Oh boy. The only one who reads all the comments compared to other channels with such patience. I try. Mint is almost as bad as Ubuntu. What do you mean almost as bad? Mint is awesome, man. His password is just Ubuntu. Shh! Don't tell anyone that's my super secret password. See, it's still installed. I do not see this installing any quicker. I wanted to leave this on the screen so we could see how fast it installs. They made a big deal about it installs so much faster. It's not installing any faster than I remember Ubuntu installing. I mean, it's not super slow. It's just not fast. I mean, we're not compiling Gentoo over here. Ubuntu is as bad as Windows 10. Should be put in the malware category. It's not that bad. Password 12345. That's the type of thing an idiot would have on his luggage. I can do tomorrow at 7. Patreon just keeps asking me for my country and state. Does the data collection ever stop? Yeah, I couldn't get around that. I said, you know what? You already have a W9 for me. May as well go with it. It's like, dude, look at my W9. But yeah, I decided to do that. But yes, so what I'll try and do is make sure, Daniel, I have an email address for you. We'll connect on Google Hangouts. For now, I need to rebuild my Coturn server. Hey, it started. It's done. So I'll try and connect at 6:45. Will be you and Brian, and then Brian Abrams. All right. So, nope, wrong button. All right, so it says it is now done. So what we're going to do here, we'll go ahead and push our restart button, and we'll kind of log into this. Just received the notification. All right, false info then. Hello, Analog. Greetings. Oh, we are perilously close. We are perilously close to beating the morning. The morning stream. Morning stream was 74. We're at 70. We're running Ubuntu Mint so hard. I mean, I don't use either, but still. Yeah, I use Orbot and Tor browser on Android. It's awesome. Very good. Yep. I'm liking the. I am liking the beta. The beta for, or excuse me, the alpha for the Tor browser. It is bothering me a whole lot less on Cloudflare things, but showing the prostitute of Linux. Why avoid Canon or Canonical? Using Arch and KDE 4. Rather pleased, by the way. I'm wiping MacBook Pro and putting Ubuntu on it. All right, so we have this. Is this login screen inspired by MicroTrash? Look at this gradient. Blech. All right, so we can sign in down here. We have the Ubuntu or the Ubuntu on Wayland. So the Ubuntu is going to default to Xorg. We're gonna run with that one. I'm gonna type in my super secret password. Inside this thing looks like it's inspired by Microsoft. Gradients, bright colors, contrasty rainbows. The unicorn has entered Ubuntu. All right, we have a trash bin. I said that's an ugly trash bin. I don't know. All right, what's new? It works differently from older versions. Uh-oh. Close button. Really? They put a close button? Oh, wait. That's always been there. System menu, calendar, files, activities, dock. We are not going to sign into anything, but you could sign into Ubuntu single sign-on. I don't care who it is, Linux, Windows, whatever else, company or nonprofit, I'm not using single sign-on on anything, and I don't discourage anybody else. We're going to go ahead and skip that part. Skip that part. I don't... Okay, this is kind of giving me goofiness. I don't know what in the world this thing is. I'm wondering if that thing that got skipped over is like the, we're going to send data analytics, which I didn't want to do. Okay, so we can open software now. No, don't really want to open software. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of a little bugginess. All right, before we go too far, we're going to go ahead and go into displays. We're going to change our resolution. Holy crap, this thing is so slow. I'd like to change the resolution now. Apply. Keep. Hey, there we are. Dude, I told you, why do they even bother asking you if you want to download updates while you install? It's never does that. No, we don't need to download update the latest Amazon. Thank you. I think that seems to be the #1 thing we can trash. Oh, Lordy. It is running like it is definitely not running smooth. I will tell you that. All right, new theme, new icon theme. It's just a flat icon theme, whatever. I do like, it does look a little bit better. It is certainly a slightly more stylish type approach to it. I guess the next thing I want to do, let's see. Before we get going too far into things, I want to... Dude, leave. Thank you. Sudo apt install htop. What? Oh, I'm sorry, because I'm running updates right now. I can't update the system because I'm running system updates. We'll have to install that in a moment. All right, so let's just have a look at the... so the icons... Oh my God, this is so inspired. It's so inspired by iOS 7, Microsoft, these bright, rainbowy, gradienty icons. Ugh. I'm sorry, I do not think these look cool. I think this makes it look like crap, to be perfectly candid. All right, everything I would anticipate being here. So we have LibreOffice 6. It is very sluggish. Very sluggish. I would expect to be this sluggish if I were on Wayland, but not on Xorg. So we're running in a virtual machine, and I have this thing has 4 cores and I have 6 gigs of RAM in it. I think. Can I do? So one of the things that they have seemed to fix is we can actually work on the desktop, and for GNOME 3.30, that does not allow that by default. So they probably have the extension set up to allow you to do that. You know what? Well, we're waiting on updates. Let me walk you through the process. This is for Noah, who just installed this on a laptop and can't get the wireless card to be observed. So what you need to do is you're going to need to share internet with something. If you have an Ethernet port, you're just going to take the computer over, plug it into your router so you can get internet that way. If you don't have an Ethernet port, and you have access to a USB dongle, you can use a USB dongle to do that. No, remind me later. And if you don't have any of those and you have a smartphone, you should be able to plug the phone into the computer with your cable and then share the internet bridged through the cable. You're getting just enough to get your computer on the internet. And then what you want to do is you want to come down and find your drivers, which should be in our software and updates, and find this one over here for additional drivers. And then this is going to look around. Now, my guess is you have a Broadcom driver is why it's not finding that. What you should see is you should see a screen like this, which will talk about your Broadcom driver. You want to install it, even though it's proprietary. You'll want to install that if you ever want that thing on wireless. And then apply the changes, and then you might have to log in, log out, or reboot the computer, and then your wireless card should work. So that's how you walk through doing that process. All right, so let's go ahead and install HTOP. Okay, so we are running 1.2 gigabytes right now, so this is not exactly a light system. So 1.2 gig. All right. Other items. Let's go into our settings panel and have a look at our settings. So the things that will be new on this version of Ubuntu is you are going to have the option here for Thunderbolt. Of course, I don't have Thunderbolt on this computer, but if you were needing your Thunderbolt, then that is where you should find your Thunderbolt. They do have, I like the new icons they have here. I can't remember seeing the icons before, but here's your changing your background. So, hey, very nice. We got our cephalopod. That is, what is this? I forget the first word, but basically it's a cephalopod is the new one. So we have our cephalopod logo, which is cool. Very nice. All right, here's our dock. So we can, there you go, auto hide the dock or not auto hide it. I think they're a little bit too big, so let's go ahead and just make them a little bit smaller, and then you can put them on the left, bottom, or right. That's fine where they are. Over here under notifications, you can turn on or turn off a variety of different notifications, depending on what you have. And search, you can turn on or turn off various things that it's going to search by default. Online accounts, you can add a variety of different accounts in there. And then privacy. So location services is turned off by default. Problem reporting is set to manual. There's your sharing, sound. And details. For those curious about the details of the system we're running it on, this is running a Ryzen 5 1600. I have given it 4 of my processing cores and 6 gigs of RAM. All right, and here's, of course, our default applications: Firefox, Thunderbird, Calendar, Rhythmbox, Videos, and Image Viewer. All right. It seems to be running a little bit smoother at this point. Let me see the system utilities. Seeing if there's another system utility there. I don't see one, so... Oh, system monitor. There you go. See what this reports. So reported 1.2 gigabytes of system resources on the... is it going to load? It's just going to sit there and spin there at me. Apparently it's going to sit there and spin on me. So, yeah, remove that. System monitor, please. There you go. So this is telling me 1.5 gigs. So let's go ahead and run HTOP. Whoop. Whoops. I hit exit, not HTOP. There we are. All right. So according to HTOP right now, I'm running 1.26 gig. According to the built-in resource thing, I'm running 1.5 gig. So my guess is HTOP would be a little bit better at determining that. So, all right. And that's about it. Yeah, not a lot surprising. We get the new icons. I think they're ugly as sin. You guys are welcome to disagree. That's a very subjective thing. I think on the objective stuff, I did not seem to see it run and install any faster. And it did seem like I was getting a little bit of system bugs or things like that in there. I don't know. And I'm concerned that it kind of forced me over that data collection thing, if that was indeed what was after that first prompt window, because it sat there and lagged on me and had a lot of issues. So, honestly, with the migration to GNOME, ever since they did that, which was a while back now, I really haven't done much with Ubuntu at all. That to me was, I just don't really want a lot to do with the OS at this point. The data collection was, it wasn't super bad stuff, but it was bad enough for me. And then just that combined with GNOME, there's just too many other Linux distros that I like. So I'm not going to be a user of this. I think that, I think they should have just kept going with Unity. I know why they didn't, but I think they should have just kept going back with Unity and, you know, Unity 7, of course. Unity 8 was a train wreck. Just because I think GNOME just doesn't, it's just not feature rich enough. Yeah, you can do extensions and people always talk about the extensions, but man, I don't want third-party stuff. You end up with like either WordPress or where everyone adds all sorts of extensions and plugins, which is what the problem with WordPress is. I love the platform other than that. And like, think of your browsers as well, Firefox, Chrome, you know, that's how malware gets in. That's how crap gets in. I don't want a system that I've got to use third-party extensions to actually get basic functionality, like working on my desktop and, you know, changing around icons and things like that. So that's kind of my take on it. I just don't like the direction they've been going. The core base is still fine. Of course I like Linux Mint, which is based on Ubuntu. There's other distros I like as well, but I'm just not seeing enough in Ubuntu that excites me anymore, and which is kind of sad because Ubuntu, like most people, Ubuntu was my first run into Linux, and yeah, Unity wasn't perfect, and there's a lot of I didn't like about Unity, but I'll tell you something. I really, once I got used to using Unity, I started to like it. But GNOME, I have tried and tried and tried. There's too many issues, from the problems with Nautilus to the clunkiness to the how slow it usually is by default. And yeah, I've seen pictures of people who can do things to it to make the thing run really streamlined. God bless you, I don't care enough. I don't like the desktop. And this is the Linux, the power of Linux is I have the ability to choose my desktop. So if I had to go on GNOME, I'd pick one of the other, or excuse me, on Ubuntu, I'd pick one of the other desktop environments. You know, Budgie's nice, and, you know, there's some other things out there as well. So that's kind of my thoughts. What are your thoughts on Ubuntu 18? Let me know in the comments down below. All right. Try Manjaro KDE in the laptop. Needs to say it totally crashed after 20 minutes. I reinstalled Mint. Tom got the alert from the press. Oh, of course I did. It was amazing. In fact, I got it twice. I clicked the cancel button too quick, and I got it again. Like, oh, Lord help us. But yep. And then I had a hissy fit, and I went and I contacted my therapist because I received a message from Trump, and it was hate speech because it was Trump, and I'm a liberal Fruit Loop. No, I didn't do that, but yes. Ben, don't eat pizza! Cannibal? All right. Kitty is dreaming about Mouse Linux. Now, he uses Puppy Linux, don't you? You use Puppy Linux, don't you, buddy? Yes, you do. All right. Let's see. The most does an anonymous hardware info if you wish, and anonymous if you wish. Everything else can be turned off. Well, here's the problem is, though, if I say don't send anything, it still sends a note that says don't send anything, and that's a serious problem. That looks good. Is that like a cheesecake or something? Ooh, looks tasty. Hello, Steven and XX Gamer Boy. How's it going there? Are you going to upgrade to Linux Mint 19.1? Not anytime soon. Not seeing the Ubuntu Windows 10 comparison at all. Yeah, it's definitely not the degree of Windows 10. It's just... I just don't like how they're doing it, and I don't like the fact that if I say don't send anything, it still sends a note that says don't send anything. And that's a serious problem. Too much pre-installed garbage in Ubuntu. I didn't find it too much pre-installed garbage. And there is a minimal install. I think it has an appropriate balance of system tools is what I think it has. And I'm okay with system tools. Just saw the minimal install option now. Yep. I concur, especially that Amazon icon sticks out like a sore thumb. Mint actually works, just too much garbage pre-installed. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings. Hi, Anna Rita. Where's my digital girl? Okay. Try to install Gentoo on a virtual machine for funsies. Was well into the 6th hour of compiling GNOME and just gave up. Ubuntu usually takes about 5 minutes to install. Hello, Sita Das Boss. Okay, just got home from the hospital. It turns out I have another hernia. Really? That's not good. Stop lifting heavy things. Glad to see you got the Spaceballs reference, though. Of course I did. I'm reading 1984. Ooh. Are you starting to see similarities? After watching V for Vendetta, it's highly, highly influenced on 1984. It's kind of cool, you know? I fixed my Windows partition on desktop after working with my install a while last night. Making a bootable Windows 8.1 USB flash drive inside Linux Mint 19 using Linux Mint boot utility. Yep. Microsoft and Canonical are too close. I agree with that. Okay, tried formatting NTFS and mounting the Windows ISO, copying the contents of the mounted image like I do in Windows, but that didn't work. They put a close button? Yeah, I didn't see anything that's different. They said it runs different than previous versions. I am not seeing anything that's different. Unless they're talking like if you're looking at Ubuntu for the first time since Unity, maybe, but even that's not a lot different. Trash bin is where the Ubuntu ISO goes? Oh, you know. Bitwarden. Xorg is too old, but still works. $18.10. Hey, at least it's looking better. I don't know. I disagree. I mean, part of it looks snazzier. Like, I like the overall UI layout. The icons. What did Johnny Ives join the Ubuntu logo design team or icon design team? Holy crap! I haven't seen icons this horrible since I installed iOS 11 or iOS 7. You know. Ooh. Switching to LastPass though. You're switching to isn't that online LastPass? Come on, man. Okay. Don't use Wayland on VMs. It doesn't matter if I use Wayland on VMs or Xorg on VMs. Xorg tends to work on VMs or on real hardware. I found that Wayland sucked either way. Ooh, gradients. No modern monocolor flat icons. No, apparently Ubuntu's still catching up. They're still 5 years off. So it started with rainbow icons. Of course, Microsoft, though, just did the rainbow icons. Come on, I see conspiracy theory here, guys. I mean, Microsoft got a hold of Skype. They turned it into a sparkly unicorn with gradient rainbows. Looked like a unicorn went pooey all over the place. Now we're seeing it in Ubuntu. Coincidence? I think not. Why is it slow? I don't know. Talk about the Wi-Fi problem. I did already. I hope you caught it. I had to run my beta from USB as a VirtualBox was very buggy. No issues from live boot. Okay. Internet Explorer. Greetings, Internet Explorer. Hope you don't mind that I find you best to download a better browser. But hello, welcome. Greetings. Using Wayland. Oh yeah, I'm on Xorg. I am. I wonder how bad it'd be if I let me switch. Let me switch over to Wayland, see what we get. Cancel. Log out. Log out. Even my mouse is lagging. Holy slow, Batman. Well, this is interesting. It's now only running on 700 megabytes, but it's slow as sin. So it raises a philosophical debate. What's more important, your overall RAM usage or the performance of your system? Fascinating questions. Fascinating questions indeed. But yeah, it certainly is taking a lot less RAM now, but it seems to be moving about the speed of molasses. I said close. What Linux distro for security and stability? I mean, what are you meaning specifically by security? If you always want the absolute latest security on everything, you know what I'd probably do? I'd look at Manjaro. Sorry, Joe. But because it rolls, but it doesn't roll so fast that they vet the updates. That might be a good one. And it's, I mean, I've been running it for, I don't know, 3 weeks now, I think. And I haven't had any stability issues with it yet, at least. I ran it for a month or two before, no issues. So, I don't know. Pizza does not like the new icon. It's the new trend, Tom. I know. Yep. Yeah, they're not great icons. I think they're ugly as all get out. They're highly inspired by iOS 7. Debian Stretch 9.5 has older software, but really stable and very secure. Yeah, that is a good one. I guess it kind of depends on everything, but yeah. Ubuntu 18.4 LTS is awesome, yeah. Try to reboot it. Into what? You can change the icons on the GNOME tweak tool. Yep. Do they give us the tweak tool? I doubt they give us the tweak tool out of the box. No, we'd have to install the tweak tool. GNOME is awful. You have to use GNOME tweaks and install a dash to dock or dash to panel. Get rid of the app drawer. Yeah. Quint Wingate is addicted to material design. There you go. All right. Next LTS in Ubuntu is 2004. busy scanning the system for vulnerabilities. Can't work on that kind of desktop. It's just not natural. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a fan on that. Distroverse, greetings. Microsoft Ubuntu. It's micro Ubuntu. Micro Ubuntu. There you go, micro Ubuntu. Working just fine till the official beta be released, and they always suck. Alright. The habanero peppers I grew assuming wouldn't be spicy as usual because they live in a humid climate. Very, very wrong. Turned out to be a particularly spicy habanero. Nice. Says no drivers available. Yeah, if it has no drivers available, then you're going to have to look up exactly what is the wireless card in there, and you're going to have to look it up and see if you can find a driver to install. That's probably going to be the case. Or double check just to make sure if you have a physical kill switch, see if that thing's off. With me in a while, I don't think Ubuntu is Windows 10 levels privacy. I can totally see it going in that direction, which isn't great because the base makes a great flavor for Mint. Yeah, I mean, Mint and several other ones, even some of the flavors of Ubuntu don't do the data collection either. So, doesn't specifically matter if all of Ubuntu goes there or not. 1.2 gigs of RAM on GNOME, yeah. Reboot to get more accurate on the first boot. All right. I'll go ahead and reboot it, and then we'll reboot it back under Xorg and see what we get. That's a valid criticism. Is this your icon pack, or does Ubuntu finally come with one? A unicorn came in and pooped all over the Ubuntu icons. That's what happened. And it came pre-installed. Difference between GNOME and Cinnamon. I mean, there's so many differences. The biggest one for me is, well, Cinnamon is customizable and easily adjustable, etc., etc., etc. GNOME is not in the slightest. Also, GNOME has more of a Mac-like feel, and Cinnamon is more of a Windows-like feel. Those are kind of your major differences. Of course, Cinnamon is still based on GNOME. It's forked out, though. I love the Hardy Heroin wallpaper. All right. Let's go ahead and boot back into this guy, see what we get. Really? It doesn't like my password? It's my super secret password that definitely isn't Ubuntu. Okay, yep. So that was exactly it. It was, for whatever reason, taking twice as much RAM. Taking twice as much RAM on the first boot. So, yes, it is down to only 600 megabytes now. So that's good. That's good. Good suggestion. 1.2 gigs of RAM needed for data collection and prostituting out to Amazon. If you enjoy the content, everyone give Tom a big thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Install the Ubuntu, minimal 1810, disable animations, they get 350. There you go. Yeah, it was because it was that first boot. I will, if I release that on a separate video, I will correct it. Mid-19 seems to have most of their bugs worked out. Yep. Okay. Allows you to remove it. Hey, that was just removing it from the panel, man. It's still running in the background, I'm sure. Say GNOME 3 is an acquired taste. Took me a while to get used to it, and now I love it. I've tried to give it a try. I hate it. Sad thing with a lot of Linux distros, they say they're secure, conscious, but at the same time they want to push Firefox. What a joke. Well, I mean, they can push Firefox, they can push Chrome. Deepin comes with Chrome pre-installed. Not Chromium, Chrome. I don't know. Hello, Present Arms. Greetings. Extensions are just extras. GNOME should be used as i3 Windows Manager. Yeah. The browser, okay, change the browser to what you like, or do like a modify. Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is go through Firefox and harden it by configuring the edit.config files. That's the best thing I think you can do with it. Oh, I lost my comments. Where'd my comments go? There they are. You guys beat the morning crowd. We peaked at 96. We have 83 on right now. You peaked at 96 though. Okay. GNOME feels slow and bloated even though it's lackluster and non-feature rich. Yeah, that's my take on it. Later, Frost Ranger. GNOME performs better on touchscreen laptops. You use Brave browser? No, I don't use Brave browser. Okay, really like Ubuntu Mate because of how you can use Mate tweak to make it look like about anything you want with a single click. Wish they'd port that to all Mate versions. Yeah. Difference between this and 1804. You have a different version. The icon pack was a unicorn got in here and pooped all over the icons. They cleaned up the theme in other places, and they have GNOME 3.30 on it. And they have a new Linux kernel, 4.18 Linux kernel. So that's kind of it. Which, of course, 4.18, that has the NSA spec in it, doesn't it? Oh, boy. So those are your real differences. I'm an Ubuntu guy, but I'll use distros that base just on Ubuntu. I was a Firefox fanboy for about a decade. Been using Brave for about 2 years. All right. How's Budgie Desktop on Ubuntu? I mean, very good actually. Yeah, I like Ubuntu Budgie. If somebody's like, you have to use Ubuntu, I'd use Budgie, Ubuntu Budgie. That works for me. Or Kubuntu, one of those two. But Ubuntu Budgie's nice. Can't get Ubuntu Mate to install. Go to my safe place and demand a binky and a blanket. Oh, for the presidential alert. I'm sure you did. Yeah, I'm gonna get the full report from my friend tomorrow. He goes to one of them schools with all those safe places all over it. Ask them if they were. I mean, you guys see that some of the universities now are banning clapping because it's too loud and loud stuff. Man, I lost track. I was gonna spoof somebody a text like right before the alert, like be aware the president's stalking you, right before the thing showed up, and I forgot about it because I was doing some code testing, and I forgot about it, and the thing went off. It's like oh my lord, like oh that's right, it's the test. So like close the thing out, and then again a minute later, like. Oh, Lord, I got the message the first time. It's like, I mean, I was triggered. I was genuinely triggered. I needed a binky. I needed a blanket. I needed to take a 15-minute timeout to go to my safe place. I mean, that's what I needed to do because I got the presidential alert. And then when I found out that Trump was behind it, oh, Lord, I had to take an extra hour off of work. And then I demanded that the government pay me that because of the alert, you know. Never understood GNOME. I guess it's a shot to replicate iPhone of some sorts. I'm not going to install it because I don't like GNOME, prefer Mint. I'm eating pizza-flavored Hot Pockets. Wish Fedora had a Budgie spin. You could probably install Budgie on Fedora, would be my guess. New to but love Linux. Got into Kali despite NVIDIA broke in X11. However, when I tried to make fixed permanent, should I stay with Kali or get another distro? Kali is more for a specific use of penetration testing. So unless that's your field, I probably would do something different. But figure out what's going to work best with your hardware and go into there. Of course, any Ubuntu and any of your Ubuntu-based ones will have drivers for NVIDIA. So that's might be a direction that you think about going into. What the heck? Okay, like the screen was off. I'm like, okay, I'm not logging in to shut the computer down. So I don't have the option to shut down the computer without re-logging into it. Now I have to force the machine power off. Lordy, that's insanely stupid. Got a week on request for you, Cubes OS. It is on my list of things to do. It's just, when do I have time to do it? It's going to take a little bit of time, and I'm thinking about picking up a capture card to do it, just so I can get a lot better quality out of it, but I just don't know when I'll get to it. You read or watch Animal Farm? No, I've not. Should never run Kali as a main OS. It's for running in a VM. I don't know if it's necessarily running in a VM. It's just for running for a specific task. Really like No Man. All right. The icons could be changed, but in my humble opinion, it's better. Joni Ives sounds like a meme name. That's right, man. The problem I have is, isn't that the one with the online cloud-based password storage? That's my problem. But, you know, to each his own. Like how Wayland on my desktop OS is with a gaming card and fast CPU has a massive mouse lag and stutter. Yeah. What software do you use for recording the screen? Of course, open source. I'm currently running Mint. I'm using OBS. So let me go back to my desktop build. All right, here's my OBS build. So I'm running OBS on Linux Mint. So I have all these different screens already built up. Whoa, just for whichever one I need to be doing. Of course, there's back to my comments. So I'm using OBS and I'm using 21.1.0. If I'm not doing advanced stuff, just need easier screen recording, I use Simple Screen Recorder. Taking a security course, and I just fell in love with Kali. There you go. Awesome. Ubuntu? Yeah, there you go. Found Wayland to be laggy. Yep. Try to switch Xorg again, see if the RAM is slow. Yeah, it was the reboot there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Pizza's going to eat pizza. He's a self-cannibal. 10 more minutes. Joe is getting nuts now. Okay. I'm not seeing any of those. I must just not be getting the comments. Of course, I'm on top chat, not live chat. But Wayland does not use less RAM than Xorg. You just need a reboot. Yep, I did that. Get an email for Windows. The latest updates are here. Yes, update now. That's a virus. Yes, it is. It's Windows. Can't get my Nexus 5 to connect to the internet because Windows is there. Only on my network. It shows up. It doesn't work. Try rebooting the phone. Or just switch it to airplane mode and switch it back off of airplane mode. See if that works. I use Windows for games and TI-83 programs. There you go. Make a video showing people how Windows spies on you. People will get crazy and take a lot of views. It's the most prettiest blue eyes I've ever seen. Had someone, that's the first time somebody's ever said no homo to me. Very cool. No, I remember seeing the, who was it? Was it The Guardian? Oh, which? I forget who it was. You just watched the No BS video on that. It was kind of funny. They picked like, I don't know. I don't even want to go down that path right now. But thank you very much. Yes. Okay. See, you didn't even have to say that because I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. I'm really candid. I don't know. I got this blueware picture on here now. Really nice and down. Okay. Ubuntu Mate, very much can't live without it. There you go. VirtualBox doing .NET Framework by installing Windows. I don't use virtual machines for much other than doing distro testing, and I exclusively use VirtualBox because of licensing. I can do it without a problem. So, ironic if I were to do what these OSs would do, I'd be called a hacker, yet they seem to get away with it. Yeah. Yeah, very true. Very true. Questions to ask. Questions to ask. Getting 1.2 gigabyte due to the uptimes from applications that are open due to the cache. Wi-Fi works in safe mode. Distro comes with Chromium pre-installed. There you go. One of the reasons I run Deepin DE on Arch. Going to write a Siri clone for pizza. Nice. Rebooting the phone just to fix the whole issue. I've had that happen on my iOS device a few times. Phone is becoming Windows. Everything is fixed with a reboot. Yep. Want to touch Firefox? I purge it, use Midori full-time, and Opera for Netflix and streams. All right. Professor, how's it going there? Not all icons have a flat style. Inconsistency is bad, but on the other hand, at least not all icons are ugly. What do you think about using launchers on Android? You know, I use my phone for a phone and to do basic texting. So I have no comment on the thought. First, I didn't work at school. I thought I got banned from the school's Wi-Fi for using VPN. No. Hello, India. Greetings. Manish Kumar. Greetings. Pointed a gun at me and said I had to use Ubuntu. I'd use Ubuntu Mate. Pizza time. Later. Pizza, pizza. Pizza's eating pizza. Now that's not fair to say. I gotta keep you honest. No, it's very customizable in functionality, much more so than the looks. I don't know. I mean, the only way I can customize GNOME is by adding extensions, and the reason I don't call that customizing is they're third-party extensions. That's my thought. Read about the no clapping stuff. It was dumb. I think my schools, I'm going to have to ask my friend. My friend's school, I think, has the no clapping policy. I think they were discussing it last year. He used to tell me the liberal school update of the week. And he comes in one day, he's like, we spent an hour on a school meeting today on whether we should clap or not during rallies. I'm like, Lord help you. I am so glad I'm not in school these days. I might be diagnosed with IED or something. I don't know. All right. Almost went and worked in India for Intel. Very cool. Not exactly true. All due respects. I know the older versions were. Press alert was really funny. It took me 3 minutes to get it. And everyone else got it 3 minutes before me at the moment when everyone's phone goes off at the same time, including the teacher. Nice. The alert was quite loud, but nothing new for me. We get those messages sometimes when there's an Amber Alert in my area. Yep. Ubuntu Mate. Why isn't Ubuntu Mate called Mabuntu? It should be. It should be. Capture cards make everything better. I use msconfig for my Linux startup items. You know you can boot a USB installed system into a VM, VBox VM, no need for capture card. I do know that, but you can't install you can't use cubes inside of a virtual box. It just takes so much dang system-y, all sorts of stuff all over. It's just nutsoid. Okay. What good is Ubuntu Mate if you can't install it? You have to go around my elbow to eat my thumb. Is there a good PDF editor in Linux? All right. I've said this before. I'll kind of say it again. A PDF is designed not to edit. There are things you can do, and there's PDF things that will enable you to grab text layers or make some other adjustments or things like that. But a PDF design, like, there's no application that could edit any PDF because a PDF is designed not to be editable. Now, more modern versions start putting things in like embedding texts and things like that, which make it a little bit different and allow some adjustments. So the closest I think you're going to get, and there's probably some other ones, but look at Scribus. But overall, a PDF is generally not designed to be edited. That's the reason for it. Goes to Kali, installs Kali, goes to the forums, and asks why you can't install Steam. Yeah. Okay. Microsoft knows best. Update should keep you safe. Stick with only DEs that are compatible with the distros, either as computing spins or official DEs. Okay, there you go. So latest updates and wrestle with the possibilities of black screen and deaths all night. Yep. Saw their latest data collector, and they need that too. Yep. Linux Mint Debian Edition should be built on Debian testing. That would actually be cool if it was. That is right. Linux Mint is built for stability, not unstable testing. That is true. That is true. More secure than making it a plain text document, yep. Or keeping a copy under your computer monitor. Come on, man. That's where all my passwords are. Shh. Passwords are a failed premise by a default browser, what have you say? Stored online, so it's not much more vulnerable than KeePass, which is so much more useful and early and easier to use. Okay, I have a newbie question. Can I clone an SSHD into a regular HD so you can install Linux on the SSHD? So, yes, you can. To specifically clone it, I'd point you towards Clonezilla because it'll enable you to make an exact clone of it as long as the target drive is the same size or bigger than the source drive, and then yes, you can do that. Yeah, a solid state drive is, for all intents and purposes, is exactly a regular hard drive. One step above text document, just barely. Okay, saying GNOME is customizable with extensions is like saying Windows is customizable because you can download custom programs like Classic Shell or another app. Doesn't Cubes use sandboxes? It uses a virtualization engine. It essentially sandboxes individual versions of the OS into itself. So yeah, it's I have some videos on it, but I want to update the series because there's a new version out. So yeah, it sort of, yes. We'll just say yes. Ah, Bill Gates scaring me with ghosts. People say you don't have privacy on any distro that uses systemd and as the incest. Is that true? Frankly, I've not seen any argument that says systemd is bad any more than I've seen argument that says Linux Mint is bad. I have not seen any valid reason why systemd would be a security vulnerability. Okay, maybe I'd say the difference there is official support for those extensions built in the DE, but unlike Windows where it's all third-party with no official support. Say my name. I'm going to go with Santiago Asuji. Did I say that right? Okay. I think GNOME is used as is the vanilla GNOME. Extensions are made by the users. Not essential. You like Bon Jovi? Not particularly. I mean, I don't hate Bon Jovi, and I'm neutral on Bon Jovi. I'm Bon Jovi neutral. Was a tool used for making a Windows bootable USB flash drive inside of Linux. You'll mark it as active. I mean, if the let's see. I mean, if the USB image writer doesn't work, try just DDing it onto the thing. That's what I would try. I've always had issues though with burning Windows ISOs onto USB drives. I actually burn them onto CDs, so I don't get them to work well. Okay. What about the fall of the Roman Empire at school? A lot of stuff that contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire is stuff that's happening in America right now. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Pizza, I will recommend a song to you. Listen to the song Pompeii by Bastille. Excellent song. Okay. Yeah, America's falling apart from the inside out. Yep. Microsoft wants 439. What? Holy moly. Well, there's one way to get people to buy the cloud version. Yeah. Excuse me. You want Office. Now, I don't even want to talk about that analogy. Nope. Don't like Mint because no info on individual programs in it. I can understand that. Yep. Means by PDF editor is a PDF viewer that you can highlight stuff. Yeah, I don't know. So it shows the USA is an oligarchy. It tells us where it went wrong for the USA. Yep. Is it worth it to buy a 1 terabyte SSD? My experience, I do not buy SSDs. Not at all. I had 2 of them. One of them still does work, but it doesn't get used a lot. SSDs, when they die very fast, very suddenly, and have a lot shorter lifespan. My SSD, I had an SSD, it died in 8 months, 9 months. I said, screw it, went back to regular hard drives, and they're a whole lot cheaper. So that's what I would do. She meant an SSD HD hybrid drive. Okay, yeah, it's all the same. All that an SSD HD hybrid drive is it has just basically, it's a standard hard drive that has a cache portion that is essentially like a USB thumb drive in it. That any file that you are regularly using gets written to that file so you can access it faster. So yeah, you can do that all the same. Yep. Yeah, it all works the same. See those parables? That's right. Yeah. It's only if you write a ton of data to it. SSD can last a very long time depending on how often you write to it. That's the problem, is the read-write. Yep. And a lot of distros will read-write a lot in caching, and that's what kills them. Welcome to the 1980s, Mom. LOL. Had no idea. It was just batteries. Yep. Lets me, I'll post the link to the article. Absolutely, Peter. I will let you post a link to the article. Peter, link that article, please. Definitely aging again. Starting to have care here and there. Can't go wrong with the tried and true mechanical HD. Yep. Just make sure you always have backups because, you know, the mechanical hard drive can break just as quick. However, if you're watching your smart data, you could actually get warned about it. In SSDs, man, they just go. They just, one day, done. In my case, it went, and I had one more read-write cycle. So I was actually able to make a copy of the SSD and save an archive of it. And then I just took that and wrote that back to a traditional hard drive, and I was back up and running. Extract all my permanent info off the SSD when it died. Yep. Yeah, usually the write cycle dies before the read cycle. Home and office is still 150, but my school office in a VM is a backup. Okay, so the home and office is still 149. That's good to know. Oh, maybe that was the full professional one, which has always been super expensive. Yeah, I can see that. Short summary. Politicians do what the multinationals and rich people want, and definitely not what the citizens want. Yep. That is very true indeed. All right, we are going to go ahead and do a... we're going to go ahead and feed the kitty. Yeah, kitty, we're going to feed the kitty. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Feed the kitty. We'll take our final call for comments. Go ahead, stick your paw in there. There you go. Did you get one? All right, buddy, ready? Set. Oh, there you go. And we got to do one for the other camera too, okay? This camera over here. There you go. Yeah. That's it. Are the finger looking good? They are finger looking good. Are they paw looking good too, buddy? Are they paw looking good? Huh? Are they paw looking good? Alrighty. Oh, he's like, I got my kitty treats. See you later, all. I'm out of here. I don't want to stick around any longer. Got what I came for. Like a fair weather cat. Alright, let's see. Run my OS through an NVIDIA. Gonna try Etcher. Okay, like the old HDD, that would grind up for 3 years before giving up. Just recently installed a couple SSDs. RAID 10 with 4 hard drives, very cool. 5 years now, smart data says bad, nothing important on it, but just keep chugging away quietly. Huh. I can certainly recommend the Crucial MX series SSD with 3D NAND. I've not done, huh? Very cool. Super quick. I have hard drives that are at least 10 years old. I still have the hard drive that came from my first computer. I mean, I got that thing in like the late 90s and it still works. It's not that I don't use it a lot, but... And if I want some huge bulky thing with 1 GB of data storage, I got it, man. And I'll tell you what, I want like it. I don't think it was the operating systems that were slow back in the day. I think it was just the hard drives, man. I'm telling you. Later, Gnome. A Peppermint 9 on a cheap 32 GB SSD. It's fast. Yes, it is. That's why I use Peppermint for one of my my writing computer. Holy crap, the thing's just fast. You wouldn't think the thing has 2 gigs of RAM. Western Digital Black 7200 or 1000 RPM hard drive for storage. Yep. All right. Let's see. We had 96 peak concurrent. You guys beat the morning show by at least 22, I think. There's 59 on right now. And, oh, just a reminder before we go, too. When we cross 20,000 subs, which hopefully we should do this month, I have some mouse pads I'm giving away. One of the mouse pads I'm giving away is SwitchedtoLinux, you fool. So I'll be giving that mouse pad away later on this month. And we also have the RF No Preserve Root Contributor Code of Conduct, Save Linux. I have that mouse pad as well. And I have 5 little cheap Linux, Code of Conduct buttons that I'm going to give away as well. So I have those, and coffee cup. I'm still teetering. I may give away the coffee cup. I may keep it. I don't know. But that is what we're going to do here, because we should be crossing the 20,000 mark sometime this month, month of October. And once we do that, then I'm going to have the drying up, and we'll do some type of drying similar like what I did before. So that is that's that. You can pick up, of course, any of those. If you don't want to wait for that, you can pick up one of those mouse pads. And also have t-shirts and things at shop.switch2linux.com. And check me out over on Patreon, patreon.com/TomM. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern Time, we're going to be doing a stream where some patrons will be joining me. And so you can come on over for a hangout from there. I'm going to try and eat before the stream, because we're going to probably take the stream all the way up until I stream on my Christian channel at 9 tomorrow. So 7 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow is where you can find that. So we will see you guys there for that, and have yourselves a wonderful afternoon, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.